Welcome to the Answers for Elders radio show. Meet the trusted experts who will give you straight answers and will help guide you on the path of later life care. Now, here's your host, founder, caregiver, and CEO, Suzanne Newman.
And welcome back, everyone, to Answers for Elders Radio Network. And we are doing our final interview for today. I am so thrilled to have spent the day with this amazing organization that just opened this week, and that is MorningStar Senior Living in Hillsboro, Oregon. And for those of you that are in the greater Portland area, please, if you just didn't even think about what it was like, I mean, you guys got to see this community. It's amazing. Yeah. It's so vital and fresh and fun, and boy, oh boy, I tell you, it's amazing. And Camilla, you are the sales manager, or what is your official title?
So my official title is Community Relations Associate.
Okay.
And the past 8 months, my job has been to fill this building.
Oh, well, I think it's going to be great. Now, you are obviously, before we start with that, Camilla, tell me a little bit about your background.
Yeah, so I started actually in the senior industry when I was 15. Spending my weekends volunteering at a local senior community in Salem, Oregon, kind of assisting the life enrichment program. And that kind of sparked my interest into, this is a fun job. This could be a career. And then, once I turned 16, I was like, all right, I'll try the dining room. I hated serving, but I was like, okay, maybe this is okay. Not too much stress. And then next thing I knew, 3 years later, I joined a regional team with another Oregon-based senior living community company. And then I wanted a challenge and thought, what better way than to join MorningStar for a new building?
And here you are. Now, is this your first MorningStar community that you've been with?
Yes. So this is my first building with MorningStar.
Oh, wow.
So I'm so honored to be part of this journey with them. Yeah.
Sure. So you obviously are kind of the ambassador to the community, and you go to events and you share a lot of the community, but you probably meet with a lot of different people. Right. What are, I guess my question for you, Camilla, was what are some of the questions people are asking about senior living these days? Yeah,
so I think, going back to when originally senior living first started, there's that misconception of kind of what senior living even is. Of course, most communities offer 3 levels of care: independent, assisted, and memory care. And people, most commonly always know of assisted and memory care, of course, because it's a need basis. But really, independent living is really a lifestyle choice that most seniors 55 up can choose from. People who don't want to do laundry anymore, maybe want a housekeeping taken care of, don't want to cook anymore, don't want to take care of all the maintenance of a house.
Yeah.
They have so many options of, independent living where it's a carefree lifestyle. I always joke with my new residents saying, hey, it's a cruise ship on land. Endless opportunity.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's really, you have the freedom to do what you want in these buildings. It's amazing that we can offer them.
It's kind of this whole new concept of living, I think, independently, which means authentically. It's being yourself, but it's also giving you a community to be around. And earlier we spoke with Emily, and she talked a lot about why it's important for the brain to interact and have a sense of community. And I'm sure like I heard a story today about a lady that toured today that just lost her husband.
Right.
That's a very overwhelming time. And yet to have the ability to be freed of all the responsibilities that go along with being a homeowner.
Right.
And maybe it's just, maybe she's living someplace where she's not close to family, and all of a sudden family's here. So you have the opportunity to have all of these things taken care of where you're not quote unquote burdening your kids. I think that's a lot of things that seniors tend to feel like, I don't want to burden my children with stuff like that.
Exactly.
Do you get some of that?
Yeah, we have quite a few people who, might have recently, lost a spouse, and, they realize, coming from a huge house, multiple bedrooms, staircases, they can't maintain it anymore. And they don't want to keep the burden of going to their children, each day and say, hey, I need a little bit of help. They're all, of course they're willing, but it really is, I want I want to live as independently as I want, but I want them to live the life to their fullest at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's a great way where the kids just, to their heart, my mom's been taken care of.
Yeah.
And she has friends around her at all times.
Yeah. And I think you're absolutely right in the fact that, no parent wants to burden their children.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of us as adult children of, senior parents,
Mm-hmm.
we don't feel like it's a burden.
Right.
But there's still that element of, the dignity and the purpose. And I
Mm-hmm.
think, we talk about the Bill of Rights of residents in
Mm-hmm.
senior living.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's one I just found from some organization. It was so amazing. The number one Bill of Rights is dignity
Mm-hmm.
and a sense of purpose.
Yep.
And, having those pieces in place to
Mm-hmm.
make sure that they have that sense of belonging and that they're
Mm-hmm.
accomplishing something, and they have staff around them that support them to do
Mm-hmm.
that. And
Absolutely.
I think that's really it's worth every penny in the
Mm-hmm.
world when you think about it in that way. So do you get any really tell me about some of the requests you get from people?
People come from, the most custom houses you could ever hear of. I've had my first depositor, part of the Founders Club, people who deposited without touring the building. A couple of them are saying, hey, I need, a custom kitchen. And of course I say, absolutely. What does that look like to you? Next thing I know, it's a whole different layout than we ever would have thought of. This here, this there, counters like this, cabinets like this. And of course, we do the best we can. Because, we like to think at MorningStar that,
Mm-hmm.
This is your home and we're here to serve you in your home. Your home is not just your apartment, it's the whole building.
Mm-hmm.
And so if that means I'm going to get you a custom shower, we got you a custom shower.
That's awesome.
If you want California closets, we'll get you California closets.
Yeah.
Some people are simple as, I just want an accent wall. And I'm like, you're done. We got an accent wall.
That's
easy. So we really do try to customize as much as possible.
Yeah.
Because we are here to serve them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's their home, not just
Absolutely.
in their apartments, but the whole community.
So this also is a pet friendly building.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, we are very fortunate to be pet friendly. So we have cats and dogs moving in so far. No reptiles so far. Not that I know.
Not yet.
Not yet. One of my future residents, though, does have a little bird. So that'll be our first little birdie.
I worked with a family. She's got a huge $10,000 hyacinth macaw parrot, and she needed that was her biggest concern is how do I have space for this bird. And believe it or not, the community she moved in, it just so happened that there was like a bay window area that was perfect.
Yep.
It was like, yes, but they had to remove the wooden shelf.
Right. A little big, right?
They put tile down,
Okay.
which is fine. Those things can, and the thing that was so amazing about the community that they did do is they actually, because it was carpeted there, they actually pulled back the carpet and they laid down flooring.
Yeah.
So it was easy to clean up around the cage, which is great.
Absolutely.
So, now, if somebody has a dog, is there a dog area? I didn't even ask.
Yeah, there is. So most people who drive by, would visit us. We were in construction trailers, so that kind of took up the lot next to us.
Got it.
We are so blessed to be able to start transforming part of it into a dog park.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So because we have quite a few residents who
I already saw
want dogs, and so we're like, all right, let's get ready.
I saw some people touring today with their dog.
I know. I was like, hey, the family's here, ready to move.
I love that though.
So
and I love that it's so amazing. So you've got that. And then you also have, obviously people have hobbies. How do you accommodate that?
Right. So I love how you mentioned, a sense of purpose. And so, part of the process of, getting to know someone to move in is really sitting down, taking the hour and saying, what are you looking for? What are you interested in? And kind of learning more about them. So, one of our founding members, came today to view her apartment for the first time. And, she kept raving about how she's going to miss her gardens. And for us, so we said, you know what? Well, we have a garden bed. If you want to be the manager of this garden bed, we will make it happen. We will let you do it. And finding purpose for them If that means, we do charity work with the community, if that means having them help us put gift baskets together, that's, we will find things for them to feel like they're giving back to the community and having a purpose, within our walls as well.
Wow. And, that's so important. It's having that ability that every day you wake up and that there's something of you there.
Absolutely.
And, that you feel like you're contributing, and having a garden is contributing to the beauty. Or if somebody is a wood shop, maybe you make a bench or something like that. I give them a project,
right?
That they would love to be a part of. So when if people are calling you, obviously you have studios, 1 bedrooms and 2 bedrooms, correct? Tell me just briefly about the amenities in your living situation. Like, what do they get for the rent?
Right. So, of course, beautiful brand new apartments. Morningstar really thought of everything from the custom touches, to walk-in closets and even 1 bedrooms. To the luxury vinyl, to all new brand new GE appliances, washer and dryers in every single unit.
That's amazing.
I tell them, don't limit your mind to just what's in your room. Think about the community. This library we're sitting in, that's for the residents to sit, bring friends, 3 different dining venues. That's for them.
Have a glass of wine. Bring a glass of wine in here.
I know. I said, bring your cup of coffee by the fireplace. Enjoy yourself.
Yeah, there's a fireplace right there.
Right?
Yeah.
I was like, use the art studio. Bring your friends. Bring your grandkids. We have basketball in our fitness center. Bring your grandkids. Let's do some hoops
swimming
with them.
pool.
Right? I mean, it really is, everything they would want.
Yeah. And of course, weekly housekeeping. A meal points system. So if you want 2 meals a day, 1 meal a day, whatever that is, you can purchase what you want. All your utilities are paid for. Does it include cable TV? I think
it does.
Cable TV. So there's just a million things that you can do here, and we're so excited. So Camillo, how do we reach you?
Yeah, well, as busy as I am, I'm more than happy to take any calls or inquiries anytime. We just call in our community line and asking for Camillo. I may be on a tour, but usually I respond, or my associates will be able to get back to you within about 15 or 20 minutes.
Yeah. And for those of you that are looking online, it's morningstarseniorliving.com/Hillsboro. And also, if you live outside of the greater Portland area, please look at the other communities. Morningstar has communities all throughout pretty much the western sector of the USA. And so I know that there may be a community near you if you're on that side on our world. And Camillo, thank you so much for sharing the time with me.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yay. Well, I just can't wait to see how you guys are going to fill up really quick. I have a feeling. Matt just told me the first week and you already have 30 residents moved in. Yeah. So that's like a quarter.
Yeah. The paperwork was heavy, but we did it. And we were so happy during our event today to secure so many more apartments for very happy families.
I love that. Well, you know what? I'm very excited to be a part of that. And I hope that we can reach out and do a lot more for just having a greater sense of awareness and purpose for our seniors. So to signing off right now, it's our last interview for today. And we're so pleased to be here in Hillsboro. And you know what? You never know where I'll surface up next, right? Thank you, Camillo.
Thank you so much.
Bye. We at Answers for Elders thank you for listening. Did you know that you can discover hundreds of podcasts in our library on senior care? So visit our website and discover our decision guides that will help you also navigate decision making. Find us at answersforelders.com.